Hello everyone. In this video, let's analyze the response of this RL circuit for a step current. So at t is equal to 0 seconds, the current is changing from 0 ampere to I ampere. So during till t is equal to 0 seconds, I can replace the current source with open circuit, and VL is equal to 0 volt and VR is equal to 0 volt, and IR is equal to 0 ampere and VR is equal to 0 ampere because there is no initial conditions for inductor. Let's see, at t tends to infinity, that means time tends to infinity, current source acting as a DC, there is no frequency, that means frequency is 0 hertz. Then for DC, inductor acts as a short circuit, that means as t tends to infinity, inductor is acting as a short circuit. Okay, and we can say that here this is VR2. Okay, so VR2 is also 0 volt because the volt these two are in parallel, R2 and VL are in parallel, so the voltage across VL and VR2 are 0 volt at t tends to infinity because this is short circuited. If I redraw the circuit, so there is a resistor and this is a short here, and this is R1. The voltage across R1 will be this one, which is I into R1. But let's see what is the IR1. IR1 is equal to I only because there is no current division here. IR1 is equal to I only, and IR2 will be 0 ampere. Why? Because there is no current flowing through R2, whole current is flowing through VL, sorry, L. So let's see what will happen at t is equal to 0 seconds. At t is equal to 0 seconds, current is suddenly jumping from 0 ampere to I ampere. There is a high frequency components, that means frequency tends to infinity here. As frequency tends to infinity, what it should happen? So as frequency tends to infinity, inductor acts as a open circuit. So open circuit. So let's see here, if inductor is open circuited, is there a way that current source can pump all the current through the circuit? Yes, even though if I disconnect these two terminals, what is happening is there is a path here through R1 and R2. So the current can flow through the R1 and R2. There is no need the inductor to allow flow the current, because even if I open this one, that means current through the inductor is 0. There is a current flow from R1 and R2. So what will happen? Because the I current is flowing from R1 and R2, the voltage across VR2 will be at t is equal to 0 seconds. VR2 will be I into R2, okay, which will be same as VL1 because VL and L and R are in parallel. So at t is equal to 0, there is a voltage across R2 and L which is equal to I into R2. Then IR1, that means IR1 is fixed at from 0 to infinity time because the current must pass through, all the current must pass through R1 only. So if I see what is the VR1 then, so VR1 is I into R1 because I into R1. Why? Because the all from t is equal to 0 to infinity, all the current should flow through R1 only. So from t is equal to 0 seconds to infinity, the voltage across R1 is equal to I into R1 only. Then what will happen is this inductor, as t tends to infinity, inductor will behave as a short circuit. Then because of the short circuit, the voltage across the resistor will become 0 because all the current will is flowing through the inductor. So eventually VL1, VL and VR2 voltage will eventually become to 0 volt. So there is a exponential decay. So let's see what is the time constant of this circuit now. So to find the time constant, I should find what is L equivalent and what is the R equivalent. Here L equivalent is equal to L because there is only one L here. So for R equivalent, what I should do is, so first I need to replace all the voltage source with short circuit, current source with open circuit. So I will replace with voltage source with short circuit. There is no voltage source, so current source is open circuit, and there is a L here. From L terminals, I need to see what is R equivalent. So this is R1 and R2. So this is open circuit. So I have only R2 here. So R equivalent will be R2. So the time constant of the circuit is L divided by R2, and I have simulated the same. So let's see. So here I is equal to step current is changing from 0 to 1 ampere, and R1 is equal to 200 ohms, and R2 is equal to 200 ohms, and L is equal to 10 millihenry. So we can see that at t is equal to some, let's assume these are 0 seconds, the VL is suddenly went to I 1 ampere into 200, which is around 200 millivolt, and IR2 is equal also same 200 millivolt. Eventually it became 0 volt, and IL is initially 0 ampere because the all the current is flowing through IR2 R2. Then IL became the I towards the time tends to infinity, the inductor became acted as a short circuit, so the all the current is flowing through IL only, the all the 1 ampere current is flowing through IL, and R2 current is 0 ampere.